My people, what
Yeah.
up, though? We back with another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. What's happening? My name is Chief.
And I'm Bell.
My name is Prentice.
And I'm Butter. What's good, y'all?
I like how we had that synchronicity right there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know their order and shit. We just keep it flowing. It feels good, man. What's happening, fellas? How y'all be? How y'all living? How
Spell
y'all feeling?
Spell it.
Synchronicity? Don't play with me, Christopher.
Hey, is that a
Your
black?
ass into spelling bee.
Yeah, you probably would. That's fine.
Not the like spell it. Wow.
Hey, is that a black ABA hoodie or a blue one?
Nah, it's the Navy one. It's just looking.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying?
I'm about to say
Look a little.
he's sitting on some stuff. I didn't
Listen,
even know
where you
about
get that from?
Yeah.
What's popping, fellas? P, it's been a while. You on the hot seat first. Check in, B. Let us know what's happening. I know you've been going through it a little bit, B.
Yeah, man. So I switched my mind frame on this, man. Last 2 weeks have been really heavy. My oldest daughter was sick. Kids got sick. As a result of that, had a couple of conversations, discovered some things, and I decided to face what I think I would consider as my final fear, like on this journey, man. So I made the very recent decision to get ready to get ready to prepare to go to court to get primary custody of my oldest daughter. And the reason why that's my final fear is because it's something that's been on my brain for a bit. But I think the trauma of everything I experienced with justice has kind of like resurfaced, like just the whole, and I didn't realize it, but the whole thought of court just it gives me a lot of discomfort and anxiety. You know what I mean? And it's not anything that I prefer um, to do, but unfortunately, it has to be this way. So I've been really, really struggling with just the anticipation of conflict, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? The feelings that came before even going to a courthouse, filling out paperwork, dealing with other people's emotions over logic. You know what I mean? Just everything that comes with this type of fight. You know what I mean? And so yeah, man, I really, really, really have been going through it as a result of that. And what was happening was just because of that, my whole baseline has been off. You know what I mean? Like my whole, I haven't like felt right. You know what I mean? So I've been stressing. I've been seeing how I learned a bunch of things in regards to my daughter that were bothering me. I had to emotionally keep myself together and not project or give energy in a direction that would be pointless. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on what needs to be done. So I really, 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 man, have been struggling with that for the last like week or two. To the point where like I just wanted to shut down and kind of uh crawl under the covers, you know what I mean? Like because just my head ain't been right emotionally. But I had to kind of switch my brain and really realize that all of this is just a result of experiences I've been through before. But when I reflect and look back at it, those experiences worked out and in my favor. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't easy, but it's nothing that I haven't done and cannot do. I just wish things weren't like this. And because I've been through it before, I've been doing a lot of anxiety over it, man. So, outside of that, Anaya is great. Tahir is great, and Shai is great, and Sarai is great, and people are healthy and engaged in their sports activities, still doing the volleyball club dad shit. It's just been, this dynamic right here, man, that just really I realized that I don't know whether I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's triggering or I don't know if there's unresolved shit that I didn't necessarily process. You know what I mean? Like I thought I
Probably,
was okay
probably
because I
both.
went through it already, but I don't know if I'm being triggered or if I don't know there was something in that process that I didn't deal with even after I got custody of justice.
There's a couple questions I wrote down, but I feel like this could segue right into what today's topic is. So I'm gonna hold these questions. Let the other brothers check in, and PB gonna double back on you. If that's cool
It's
with
all
you.
good. All good.
All right. LT, what's up? Check in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. All of what Prentice said, minus children, and life is life. It's cool. It's been a very interesting roller coaster. I'm in a very interesting season of my life, and it's like, you know, it's getting tighter and tighter, and I'm like, yo, son, all right, it is what it is. You know what you gonna do about it?
Yep.
I was asking me, somebody asked me before I got on the call. They're like, yo, are you in the right frame of mind to do this? I'm like, I have another frame of mind to begin. I'm either gonna win or I'm gonna win.
Either or.
I don't have another frame of mind. Like, I might do it uncomfortably. I might do it not smiling a lot, but I'm gonna win. I'm committed to winning, right?
I
So
love
it's
that.
like I gotta just do whatever this is, whatever this version of my humanity is. I'm gonna do it. Not to be too whatever. It's just, just stuff is not working the way I need it to work. Like, stuff is not in alignment. Or it is in alignment. I just don't like the alignment, right? Because I know that we're in, seasons, coming fours. So whatever this season of my life is, it won't be this way all the time. So I'm just gonna enjoy it while I'm here. I'm gonna get the lesson, so I absolutely don't have to repeat it. And then I'm gonna do it. I've been professing, feelings for folks and stuff. It's been interesting.
I love it.
It's been really interesting. Some of it has been received and some of it has been like, next time. But, it is what it is. Right? And shout out, Valentine's Day is coming. I'm getting calls about people's relationships. I'm like, stop calling me.
Go see a therapist.
Big facts.
Or go see somebody in a relationship. How about that?
Ooh.
If you're talking about wanting to be married, talk to somebody married.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. I'm doing a lot more of some intentional myopic thinking, right? And being very me focused. Intentionally, so not like from a tantrum, but like bro, you didn't put everybody before you, and then this season people have been removed. So it's like you either gonna get in the mirror or you're not. And I've been Windexing my mirror for the last couple of weeks, messing with y'all. God damn it.
No doubt. Go ahead. What's good, man? Check in.
I'm good, man. I after our last recording, it just made me think about some things I need to get done and where my focus needs to be better at. But I'm good, man. I'm no complaints. No complaints at all. I'm good.
Okay. I think I'm in the same vein as Penis and Butter, like a combination of all. Like I'm still in that when it rains it pours phase, but I'm either gonna win or win. Like I can't lose. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my mentality. And it's so the power of the mind is something crazy, man, because the way it's been happening, I can't help but just laugh at it. Like, like you can't be serious. Like this,
right, this can't be real.
Like this can't be real, but it's just like, yo, you gotta do what you got to do and keep the chain rolling. People be like, yeah, it comes in threes. I'm like, well, I'm about 7 now. So when does it turn? Because it's, you know what I'm saying? It's just keeping it roll. But I'm keeping a positive mind. I'm feeling good.
Are you sticking to the plan?
Yes, the plan is.
And that's all that matters.
That's so dope though too. Like just being able to just check off that list every day. Just something small, but just to do it. And that's cool, man. I had a little, not a little scared, but a little scared the other day. So, P, you're braver than me, and I want to commend you for that because I've been having that same thought process for a while, and haven't pulled the trigger because of those same feelings of dealing with the drama that's going to come with it. And it's also like a PTSD type thing for me, I believe. I'm afraid to because I don't want to walk into that phase again. You know what I'm saying? But I salute you for just, making the decision and staying to it. Because the other day, my daughter been texting me, Dad, can this lady do my hair? And I'm like, yeah, sure, babe, no problem. Whatever, set it up. So she sets it up. She's like, Dad, she wants a $25 deposit for the time or whatever. Excuse me. So I'm like, all right, I send her the money for the deposit. And the day she was supposed to go, we had a snowstorm, so she couldn't go. So she canceled it to the following day. I was at work, and I said, you're gonna have to get a ride there, whatever. So she gets a ride there, and and it could be on me. I didn't think to get all of the details. So when she told me, she gets dropped off, and then I get a text message, and it's like, you need to get all the details when you're doing these things. She's at this random house in Hartford, and I'm just like, ooh, it's a little sketchy. But some girl does hair out of her house, but I assumed the shop, because she was showing me, real pretty, like nice photos and background looked nice or whatever. But the house was pretty sketchy. And then in the text message, like, you need to do the details and get the details and make sure you're on time to pick her up. And I'm just like, what? Like, I'm working. Like, this ain't like the plan was, I pay you, you'll bring her, blah, blah, blah. I didn't respond. I just called my daughter back, like, yo, did you not like talk this all the way through? Like, think this all the way through. So we had to have a discussion, like, yo, people are crazy in this world. Like, I know you want to get your hair done, but you don't know this lady. Like, if I had known you were going to her house, I'd probably have her come to our crib. That way I know you safe and blah, blah, blah. You get dropped off at some random house and whatnot. I'm just like, so it was a big to do. But again, because I'm not in the space of good communication with the other part, I didn't dive into that. But I had to give my daughter like a whole little lecture, like, yo, like, you got to be safe and be smart. Are you too naive, shorty? Like, what we got going on? Like, the way I put it, I'm like, would you drop Stormy off at a party of some kid he met on Instagram in a random city? What, you don't like? She's like, no. I'm like, okay, then. So like, why would you? So I'm checking on her every 30 minutes or whatever. But we had to have a real conversation about just safety and being like naive and gullible. Like, I understand you want to get your hair done, baby, but you got to look at the bigger picture. You dig what I'm saying? So that was that. But before we get into the other stuff, fellas, let's I want to shift the gear a little bit. We can, because not that our episodes are heavy, because they haven't been heavy lately, but they haven't been like, I just feel like every episode carries this, like, I mean, there's always gems and shit in there, but I just wanted to lighten it up. So I had this one good thing when I text y'all today about the get hype songs. We could push that to the next episode. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. Did y'all watch the joint?
Yeah.
Thoughts? Share. Because
On
people
the
are
game?
bugging out, and that shit is corny as fuck to me. But
The game,
Bugging out how?
I was pissed off
Oh,
because
it's about the halftime show. My
them
bad.
folks is wilding.
okay, you talking about something, because I feel like the Seahawks, like, I feel like they were whooping their own ass. Like, I'm like, why are y'all on? Y'all didn't need another team if y'all were gonna beat yourself, right? Like, dude, like, there's no way the score was what it was. I'm like, y'all should have been destroying these dudes.
Yeah.
Like, it was trash. And then y'all wait to the end, like, y'all wait to the end of the game to let these dudes score twice. I was hot. I was like, yo, y'all clowns.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front. I didn't even watch the game. I tuned in at halftime. I mean, there's a Seahawks playing in a Niner stadium. I'm like, man, I ain't watching this shit.
So that's that 49er in them.
Exactly what I was about to say. And nobody in the Bay gave a fuck about the Super Bowl because, one, the Seahawks beat the Niners, and as a Raider fan, we fucking hate the Patriots.
Yeah.
So the Bay had no interest in this fucking game.
No.
It was like fuck both of them teams.
Yeah, that's what I said. I put a post like, I hope both of them lose. Like,
I had like a lowercase fuck one of them things, but for the Patriots, it was like, Patriots in the Super Bowl in this climate? Absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely
Exactly.
It's so funny that you guys have that perspective, and I had a completely different one being in
What was
Boston.
yours?
So I don't have a dog in the fight. I have no allegiance to any team, any professional team. But if I ever had one, it wouldn't be the Niners. But anyway, I really just be fucking with Chief.
That's why I ain't saying nothing. I just let it slide.
So
Mad disrespectful.
So Chase's classmate, his parents, they're like the host house. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're always going to have some type of party, some type of get together. They bring a lot of people together. Super dope couple. Like, they got a mini fridge with every single cut water you can think of. Like, you can't, it's so much cut water in that refrigerator that you can't get anything in it. You can only take things out. Like, wow. That's how much is packed. And they got, like, again, it's a host house. Like, they got 2 ice machines and a third ice machines that make the big old fashioned ice cubes. I'm like, oh, y'all serious?
For the
Like, y'all
bourbon
do
and
this?
shit.
Yeah, y'all do this for real. Yeah.
Oh,
So
y'all be drinking.
yeah, like y'all do this for real. But you know what I find? The people with the most alcohol in their house don't be drinking that much, which is crazy. The people with the most alcohol, they don't be drinking that much. Anyway, or we got a house like mine where we can't keep wine in this motherfucker, but that's a whole nother conversation. So the kids are upstairs playing, and the adults are, watching the game in the living room and everything. Really good time. Because watching Boston teams with Boston people is a different experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like a different experience. Anyway, we watching the game. I'm not, again, I just like the game because it's the game. I don't care who wins. And Chase comes down, get some water, get some food or whatever. And he's like, he looks at the score. He's like, 19-0. He's like, he walks up to me, grabs my shoulders, and starts shaking me. He's like, what are the Patriots doing? Like, I'm like, oh, I guess he's a Patriots fan, which by default, I'm a Patriots fan too. So like and like even this morning, I swear to God, we're walking out to school. This morning, he just mumbles on his breath. He's like, I'm gonna crash out on the Seahawks. Watch. What?
What?
What is wrong with you, bro? Like, what was you drinking over there?
One of them cut waters.
You snatched one out that refrigerator, took it back upstairs.
Yo, but yeah, man. So he's a diehard Patriots fan now, man. So now I gotta lock in and take him to at least one game this year. So, but yeah, that was my experience last night watching the game.
That's what's up. Let's dive into the halftime show right quick, man. I know this is therapeutic for us, man. Let's just have a lighter conversation. The people are bugging. Them people.
I didn't see one negative comment.
What?
I don't know if it's the way my algorithm is set up. I did not see
dope.
one.
That's dope.
I didn't
Them
see.
people are
I also
bugging
wasn't
the fuck out.
that much today, but I didn't see anything.
You didn't see Donald J. Trump? He started the bullshit.
Nah, I didn't. Well, actually, when the intro music was playing, I finally got to it, and I was trying to listen, but it came. We started recording, so I didn't hear what he did or what he said.
Yeah,
I had to reset my opinion, right? Like, because the ending honestly felt anticlimactic. Like after he did the whole thing, I don't know if I was waiting for like more pyrotechnics. I don't know what the hell I was waiting for. But
that was the most pyrotechnics of any Super Bowl, by the way.
Right.
That one. And so I was like, all right, cool. But then when I got to thinking about what he did, right? I was like, yo, and then understanding like some of the lyrics of the music, I was like, dude, this dude did his own version of a history lesson if you were paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And everything was so intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I really, 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 really loved. So I had to like get away from that. And I feel like he did like the Puerto Rican version of a Kendrick Lamar, but on a grander scale.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And more elaborate.
Yeah, more elaborate. And it was really inclusive in a way that people didn't see coming.
Yeah.
I
really rock with the part. Like it was one small moment, but I'm like, this is a display of like, I'm gonna say just it was Latin for sure, but like urban culture. Mm-hmm. When he forever panned over to that little boy who was asleep on the 3 chairs at the wedding, I'm like, that's what happens. Like you see that.
I missed that part.
So there's a little boy just on three regular like table chairs sleeping. He kind of woke him up and gave him a football or something. But it was like super, super cool just to kind of like really. And they panned by, the old heads playing domino. There was a taco stand, the limbe stand. Like,
so bro, those are all real businesses.
Right.
Yeah. Like those are like a couple of them are from New York. But
the older woman who gave him the drink, she
exactly
is in Brooklyn, and they actually do an event for her like once a year, like a big event just for her, and even down to the couple that got married.
Yeah,
that was a real couple. Yeah,
and it was funny when the wedding couple came on. I remember I was upstairs, I was in the living room, and I was like, "I bet you they're really getting married." I bet you they're really getting married. I was like, "This ain't just I appreciate my bad if I cut somebody off. I appreciate how people are now, these artists are being intentional and so deliberate. I appreciate the Easter eggs. I appreciated how after the performance, people started sleuthing. It was like, did you know? Did you know? Did you know? I appreciate the effort that they're putting into that moment. You know what I mean? And I thought he did. I liked his performance better than I did Kendrick Lamar's performance, and not to even compare, but I give his performance a 6 out of 10. I give everything else a 10 out of 10. The
I agree.
the messaging, everything. His personal performance, I give it a 6 out of 10. But the overall, I thought he definitely capitalized on the moment and did exactly what he was supposed to do. And I appreciate people of color feeling proud. You know what
And
I'm
even down
saying?
to
Like,
the point where like there were so many people that he hired to be a part of that. I learned today that the grass on the field was
there
all
were people.
people.
No, those are
People,
people. Yeah.
Like 380 people just was excited to be grass
One of my coworkers
at
was
the
one
Super
of them
Bowl.
bushes. One
That
of my
was
old coworkers was one of them bushes, bro. I went on his Instagram today, and he got a whole story about how he woke up at 7 and he was home by like 9 o'clock.
yep.
oh my
That
god,
shit is so cool, man. But like just
one of my coworkers, one of them bushes.
Yep.
Like that couple, so the married couple, they originally invited him. They wanted him to come to their wedding. He turned around and had them get married at the Super Bowl.
Crazy.
fire.
Like
Yeah.
that was so. Even him handing the Grammy to the little
Right.
boy, right, which was him watching
Your
him.
younger self. Yep.
So, and I think to your point, Prentice, that whole like 6 out of 10. I think he did exactly. I think he wanted us to see him as small in that moment
Yep.
and
Yeah.
not even be
That
the point. I think it was so. I think you nailed it right there because
no,
that.
that could be a great point. Like I felt that could have been intentional. Let me just give them a
Oh,
a
Oh, it was
decent performance,
absolutely intentional.
but disclose all of this because I know his concert was crazy.
It's bigger than him, and he knew that. You know what I'm saying? It was
Literally
bigger
the
than
biggest
even
stage.
the moment when he was looking in the camera. He was like, "I never expected to be in the middle of the performance. I never expected to be on the Super Bowl, but here I am. Believe in yourself.
Yeah,
Always believe in yourself. Like it wasn't about him.
right.
And that wasn't his first time in a Super Bowl show, which is funny though,
It
because
wasn't.
he performed in the Super Bowl with Shakira and J Lo. He was one of the
Mm.
guest artists when they performed.
You see how he had Carol G, Cardi B, Jessica Alba, all them just like posted up in the
Mhm.
background, just chilling. It was very, very well done. And what I heard too was I think about the intentionality behind it. When you talked about the little boy that he gave the Grammy to, he
Yeah,
had him presenting as if it like it was the little boy that the ice took.
yeah,
Little 5-year-old boy. I'm like, that's crazy. Like he got him looking very similar. I mean, yo, that's like so everything it was into the most minute detail. I think he paid attention to.
Yeah.
everything. Even
And
how he introduced the wedding with the proposal.
Yep.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. I was like, oh, well played.
Y'all,
Well,
so there's this I don't know if he's Dominican or Puerto Rican, but dude I follow on Instagram, and he's like, yeah, I loved it, but this one thing I didn't like because they expected because Bad Bunny be on the edge, and he even like celebrated like I don't know if y'all saw, but there were like two dudes like grinding up on each other behind the thing, but he was really inclusive, like really just pulling everybody in the joint. I'm like, yo, this dude
yeah,
really like this was very well thought out.
he did his thing, and I love that it was so many different hues of people of color.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't this kind of like just light or just dark. Like it was in shape, sizes, like all of that. And Lady Gaga killed it.
I'm not gonna front. It
She was
kind
out
of
of place.
threw me off in the beginning when I saw her, but then I thought about it. I'm like, Lady Gaga is the most inclusive, united woman out there. And I was like, oh, it makes sense now.
And then they flipped her song and made it salsa.
Right.
What?
It was so loud in the party. I couldn't even hear the words. So, but
she killed it.
you know, one thing that none of us mentioned, and I don't even know if you know this, but during the Grammys, he had a bulletproof vest on under his
I saw that.
tuxedo,
I heard about
based
that.
on all the death threats he's been getting. So you think about being out in the open, like in the Grammys, you're inside, right? So you're out in the stadium,
Yeah,
You know,
we was there.
you know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta perform with the idea that somebody is allegedly trying to kill you too, right? Based on these threats. So just to be able to get through all of that and put on the performance that he put on. And I also think, man, like, and this may not be a great comparison, but he's transforming how we intake music. Because, and what I mean by that
Yeah.
is I don't speak fluent Spanish, you know what I'm saying? But I loved every song that was being played. My son and the kids, they were all dancing to it. Most of them can't speak Spanish, you know what I mean? So it's just so it's because music is a language,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And I think that was displayed brilliantly on that stage.
Mhm.
Yeah. He told a good story, but and to your point, what we also didn't mention is how people blocked the stadium so that ICE couldn't get in there.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. On the outside, people blocked it so that ICE couldn't even get to the stadium. The
Hard.
citizens.
You know what I learned?
Yo.
Prentice, you want to say something? My bad.
No.
Oh, I learned this today that the NFL, they don't offer like general admission tickets to the Super Bowl. Like if you want to go to the Super Bowl, it's like a percentage 35% goes to the teams that are playing, 5% goes to the whole stadium, then basically the rest is like corporate entities.
Yeah.
Really?
So for you to buy a ticket, you're buying it on the secondary market, or you win like a raffle that they do offer that. But it's like you can't. So the average price was $3,300 for a ticket. So the whole blog I was watching was about that. It's not for the average fan anymore because you can't even get a ticket if you wanted to.
I remember listening. I think it was Joe Burrow a couple years ago. He played in the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he lost in the Super Bowl. Cincinnati Bengals. What year was it? Let's look it up.
So, anyways, I believe it was Joe Burrow, but he was talking about how, as much fun as the Super Bowl was, he wished it could be for just the regular fans. He said he felt like a minstrel show, like a puppet. Basically, he was playing for like all the big time big wigs, the billionaires, and he was like a puppet in the game. Because the regular folks aren't there, but they're just all.
The Bengals were in the Super Bowl. Where the fuck was I?
2 years ago.
What year was that?
3 years ago.
Super Bowl 2021.
Wow.
5 years ago. My bad. Yeah. So I remember listening to him like, yo, that's crazy.
21 season they played in 22.
I never looked at it like that, but yeah, he was like, yo, like all this is, we're like pawns for these celebrities. Like all these people come to watch us play. Like it doesn't feel as real or as authentic. I'm like, that's an interesting take. I never, looked at it like that.
Oh wow.
But nevertheless, man, listen, for those who didn't like it, turn to the other telecast. You're the
Is there any clips of the other telecasts?
There's a couple.
Again, I wasn't really on Instagram heavy like that today. So
yeah, and to those of you who are hating on it, like you had an option to go watch it somewhere else. Like you wouldn't have shit to say if you didn't, you didn't tune in. Like it was just baffling to really read that some of the stuff that people were really, really, really hating.
I saw a post that said the same people who needed an alternative halftime show are the same people who needed alternative sink to drink out of.
Yeah. I saw something like that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Yeah, I'm exhausted with explaining racism to racists. Like I have no energy. I'm not explaining racism to racists. I don't want to discuss with you. I don't want to have a conversation. I'm not explaining being niggardly to black folks who want to be niggas. I'm not be a nigger. Just like be that. I don't want apologies for I regret my vote. No, you don't. You don't regret your vote. What you regret is that this experience now impacts you.
Exactly.
Don't regret your vote. So I don't want to hear apologies. I don't want to hear any banter around it. I am thoroughly annoyed when people come, pontificating about, all the hardships, and we can get on different cultures with their anti-blackness. But for me, I am at this age, I don't want to discuss race. I'm not gonna never be black. I'm gonna always be black in every space that I'm in. So don't ask me about my experience. Right? If you hate it so much, don't eat our food, don't listen to our music. How about you leave us alone for real? That would be a great gift. Like, I will never understand. I'm gonna get off this tangent. I'm gonna get on it real quick. You hate our people, but you rape our women. Make it
makes sense.
I don't get it. And then you're so threatened by us, you want to kill us so you can have our women.
Yeah, there's some. I think it's somebody said in the poem, like, you like black culture but don't like black people.
Don't even like black culture.
No, not the people Butter talking about.
Yeah.
Black
You
culture.
know what's interesting, man, is a coworker the other day, well, a while ago, but then the conversation came back up again the other day. We had, beginning of 2025, when all the executive orders came out, it impacted all companies, right, based on the E&I initiatives and everything like that. And we had to do some things in our company to essentially comply, like everybody. And one of my coworkers, a white woman, was like just so pissed off, like just so mad about everything. And then I hit her up afterwards because we was on the call. Like, she didn't say nothing on the call, but her face said it all. So I hit her up, and then I'm just like, and more or less, she was like, I don't. She didn't say I don't understand why, but she said something to the effect of, almost like, I'm surprised you're not more upset about this, or something like that. It wasn't offensive or anything like that, but it was just pointing out that I'm basically unbothered, and she's up. A lot of people are up in arms, right? And I'm like, you're just experiencing what we experience every day. Like, I don't have the energy to get upset about the inequities that I face, about the oppression that I face. I don't have the energy to do that every day. We just learn how to navigate through it. You know what I'm saying? And the show must go on. I said, and I don't have the luxury to complain about it. So, and again, it was a very healthy conversation. And then another one of my coworkers was hitting me up after the post that Trump posted with Michelle and Barack. And I'm like, yeah, it bothered me, but it's like, I don't have the energy to fight every one of these battles. Like, I do not have the energy. It's like, I'm not surprised by it. You shouldn't be surprised by it. Like, he's been very clear about exactly who he is and has made no bones about it, has not minced words. So, what, you didn't think it can go this far? like,
Right.
like, we haven't seen anything yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so I'm not going back and forth. And I don't know if it's my energy or something, but people don't come at me or come to me with debates or with any racial tropes or anything like that. Like, I don't end up, if I'm having a conversation about politics or about race, it's somebody seeking to understand, like, how they handled something or if they could have handled it differently. But don't nobody come at me with any of this stuff. And I don't know why. Maybe because I don't talk about it ever. I don't know. But I will say this. I have appreciated the number of people who've been speaking up recently. And I'm talking about black people, like prominent black people. And prominent black people to me, right? Not to society. Like, people may not even know these folks. But because they didn't want their silence to be mistaken for what's the word I'm looking for? Not condolence. agreeing with what was being said. So anyway, that's my soapbox. I'm done with it.
Yo, Bell, can you just share briefly? So, what came to mind was that story from back in the day. So, even when you have like the non-black people who are in support of it, sometimes they still really don't understand how deep it is. Remember the quote that you had the reversal you had to give, dude?
Mhm.
Can you
Yeah,
share that real quick?
yeah. So immediately following George Floyd, the execution of George Floyd, um, you know, during this time, there were I work in corporate, as most people know, and it's not a lot of us. Definitely not in leadership. You know what I mean? And so people were calling, and but this was around the time that we had you on, actually. And a lot of people were reaching out to me, checking in, and this, that, and the third. But a lot of it was a fishing expedition. You know what I mean? Like, well, how does Bellamy feel about it? So we can be there for him. It's like I feel exactly how you think I feel, and I went as far as telling my team, like, don't ask me how I'm feeling. Don't ask me how I'm feeling. Right? Don't ask me how I'm feeling because it's nothing to talk about for me. But anyway, during this time, there were people who were trying to understand black plight, essentially. And one of the leaders in my company who lived in Minnesota, he was actually, yeah, I'll just say he was a leader in our company, and a great guy, right? Like I enjoy my conversations with him, good guy, and we were talking one on one on a call, and he was like, he again he lives in Minnesota, and he was like, what happened to George Floyd is awful, but these riots have to stop. And I said, well, let me help you. I said, because that makes it seem like the riots are the biggest problem. And I said, so why don't you change that by saying what's happening with these riots is awful, but what happened to George Floyd has to stop.
Mhm.
And like that slowdown for him, he was like, I appreciate that. And again, I'm almost positive he's a Republican. I'm almost positive um, during that time he was probably a Trump supporter, if I'm not mistaken. But and I don't know that for a fact, but based on what I know, it would make sense. But I just had to help him understand where it's like when you say that like that, you're minimizing black people, and you don't even know that you're doing it. That's an unconscious bias that you have that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? So we just had a conversation about that, and he completely understood. And he thanked me for it, but there's this stuff is conditioned into a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like in terms of how they view life, in terms of their privilege, right? That I know people get up in arms about that word, but the fact is it exists. It exists in full force. So yeah, that's the story, Chief. Like I just had to help him with his words.
I mean,
Yes, I think that's important for people listening who who are in support of us and want to be there for us. I think some of them still may carry that, and I think if you start to look at it from that lens, it really does open up perspective and offer genuine understanding and support about what we could be potentially going through.
and they have privilege even into their death. It took two deaths of white people for the world to become, to be in an uproar. Million, like thousands of people have died. Hundreds died last year at the hands of 100 and so died at the hands of ICE. Two people got shot. Two white people got shot. A white man and a white woman. And it was a issue. I think that, and we too have privilege. There's a privilege that we have as a people. Um, it just look and where that power lies is very different. But
Exactly.
it's just crazy to me. It's like super crazy how they don't understand privilege, but you have privilege even into your death, from what I learned this year. Like your
I,
privilege don't even stop after you dead.
I got this poem that I'm working on, and I think this gonna be that next. You know, you write some shit and you like, oh, this is about to be one of them ones. I
That's what's
really
up.
think this gonna be one of them ones. And it starts off. What happens when white America turns its back on white America and no longer stands on the same side as white America? White America becomes dead America. When white America no longer sees color, white America becomes red America. One, two, this country's coming for
Mm,
you. Three, four, you. But it's written to be like a horror flick for white people. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like
mm,
I'm writing it to be a horror flick to white people with very little subtleties correlating it to um I think one line is like Alex Preddy, Oscar Grant, what's the difference? Some say one's black, one isn't. Some say one had a gun, one didn't. What's the difference if they're both innocent? You thought the grass would be greener on the other side of your fence until they started using your body as fertilizer. Like shit
Jesus
like that. Like
Christ.
just that scary, and I'm delivering a tone. I'm thinking about doing it as if like I'm swinging on this noose as a black
mm.
man, a dead black man swinging on a noose, saying this. You know what I'm saying? Um,
That's
it's
some creative
amazing.
motherfuckers, boy.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I wish I could pull up my phone right now and read it to y'all because the shit to it
I
is.
actually rather not. I rather the public don't hear it yet.
Yeah, when you hear
But I
this,
love
when
the
you hear this
snippet.
shit, you go, yeah. Pete did that shit.
That's
To
cool.
Butter's point, man, it's two white people being shot and now they're struggling with the idea of not being safe. You know what I'm saying? Like they're struggling
Yeah.
with this idea. Like they're seeing their reflect. They're
Mm.
finally seeing their reflection in these two dead white people,
Mm-hmm.
and
Could you
this is like a mind fuck to them. You know what I'm saying?
add some more horror films to that?
You said what?
Add some more horror films to that. So you got Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go
Add
down the list.
plus more. Because
Hmm.
I can hear the Chainsaw Massacre,
Yep.
right? I can hear like The Walking Dead. Like it's so many. Ugh.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of them ones. But to your point, man, just the idea of white folks finally seeing their reflection in unjust death, and it took 2026. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we supposed to do as black men? You know, looking at this shit and watching their reaction. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Are you suggesting that we're watching a horror film called 2026? White
Hey man, hey man.
Nevertheless, listen. Shout out to everybody doing the right thing on behalf of the people,
yeah.
and showing the love and being supportive of unity, collaboration, collectiveness, and all the other good stuff.
Prentice,
Fellas,
is that beer or apple juice?
he got you. I was about to tell you this thing got the Homer Simpson mug.
It's a
What's the little red the bar
motherfucking
he used to go
beer.
to?
Like that's a beer mug for
I like
sure.
it.
But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Sarai
no
bought this
Prentice.
to me like 2 weeks ago.
But I was like, no Prentice, that could be apple juice.
Oh yeah, yeah, it very could. But Shy would beat my ass if I drank the last of her apple juice. So it's a beer.
And the crazier part is, I'm like, I hope that's beer. Like I'm
Yes.
like, because don't no grown man need that much apple juice.
And I would fill this shit up with apple juice too, though. Don't get it twisted.
I definitely would. So I get it. But yo, let's shift into to the topic of today. So fellas, Prentice, you touched on it and you referenced your situation now and having holding on to some trauma that may have been from your circumstances with justice, right?
Hmm.
So we got an email a while ago from Isaiah J. He said it was okay to use his name and whatnot. And he wanted us to discuss how moments in our lives where unaddressed trauma has caused us to lose people. And I'm certain we've all like lost people, but I don't necessarily know if we've equated it to a specific traumatic experience or just holding on to some trauma. So with that being said, any of you can obviously answer, but is there a time like can you identify a specific point in your world where trauma played an impact in a relationship of yours? Doesn't have to be dating, just
I mean, in many of my relationships and my
Yeah.
friendships, I have, because of trauma, I have the propensity to shut down. And people don't always understand the shutdown and they take it personal. Even after hearing I understand, there's a moment, there have been moments in my life, I'm much better at it now, where I shut down. And what I mean by shut down, I turn the phone off. Like, I don't return phone calls, I don't check in, because I'm so busy. I got my head down because my trauma has taught me I'm all I got. And I forget to I would forget to reach for people, right? Like, my trauma had me like, they don't want you, you're not supposed to be here, whatever. And I think about that a lot sometimes. I lost some great friendships because I also didn't have language for what trauma was in my life. Right? People just chalked it up to being my personality, or that's how, or they assigned it to my astrological sign. But the truth was, I had gotten fucked up as a child, right? And I kept repeating those experiences because I also found that I was so accustomed to chaos. When it wasn't chaos, I created it just so I could thrive. And chaos didn't have to be like some cantankerous shit. It could really be, were you talking to me? And the person wasn't even thinking about me. Right. So that, fellas.
I got I'm sure there's a ton of moments, but there's one situation that happened recently that I wanted to drop by you guys and just kind of help me navigate on how to respond to. So I got a homegirl who typically is the one who a lot of people are leaning on in terms of her advice and her support, and being able to, lean on her for life help or whatever. She was going through a pretty delicate point in her life with her health. She had some health scares, and she was telling me about it. We had a conversation about it. And then the following day, this was something like she was really, really like shooken up about. And the following day, I text her like, "Yo, just checking in. How's everything going? Blah blah blah." No response. Later that night, same thing. No response. So now I'm like, "Damn, is she okay? What's going on?" Text her again, no response. Call her, no response. Shit. Now I'm like, "Damn, is she all right?" Like, because she was really, really stressed out about it. And then maybe like 4-5 days later, I called, she didn't answer, and I sent a text message like, "Yo, I'm just been really concerned about you, hoping you're okay. I know the other day, you were a little worried about it." And her response was, "Can you just let me ignore people in peace?" And I was like, okay. I didn't necessarily know how to respond to that, but I'm like, okay, just hope you're well, and left it at that. But I haven't spoken or reached out since. And I give you the whole story because it bothered me that she responded in that way. And I just wasn't sure. Like, I'm always trying to sit back and go, is that a me thing or is that a her thing? Like, and look at it. So just with the information I gave you, how would you all navigate that? Because I want to check on my homegirl, make sure she's good. But in the same token, she's like, "Let me ignore people in peace." I'm like, all right, I'll just wait till she's ready to talk.
So what was your main concern in reaching out?
Her well-being.
So by her responding,
I don't know. I still don't know if she's well.
You know what she said, though.
Yeah.
What'd she say? Let me ignore people in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning not responding is her peace. Sounds like she's well to me. Well enough. You didn't like the response because it hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of what you were looking to gain, you got your answer.
For me, I didn't, because it's like she was like, this is a pretty significant health issue she was having. So I don't know what's up with that, how that lies. She's just like, maybe it was one of them, I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm like, all right, well, let me just fall back and just let her do her thing. But I haven't heard from her since.
Yeah, that's what she told you to do, bud. She told you that. She said, "Leave me alone, nigga," in a very direct way. So you can't know right now because she don't want you to know.
So I'll give you a real story. So
Wait. Before you do that, though, I don't want us to miss the part where she reached out to share the issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't miss that part, because it wasn't like you just kind of called and hey, let me get in your business. You invited me to this conversation, Ergo, I now have concern. And I believe that silence is loud. So she was communicating to both of their points. And when she said what she said, that was a very clear indication wherever she was, she didn't have any more capacity.
Right.
Really invited you to really get clear about the difference between responsibility and capacity. Though it's nice of you to reach out for her, it ain't your responsibility to do so. You listen, in that moment, I would have simply text, have the day you deserve. I'm gonna dig a little bit too, because you ain't gonna just cut me. I'm absolutely petty. I will
Have
cuss
the
you
day
out
you deserve.
So you say what? What I cuss you out and what?
and watch your children. Yes, I will. I'd have told her, have the day you deserve. I hope you live through it. Have a great day.
Yeah, I don't know. I
That stung. You didn't have to be nasty, but you were being nasty. Like the two, like it's two different.
but the flip side is, if there's anybody who, given the circumstances, could be given grace to be nasty, wouldn't it be her?
No, absolutely,
Well, I don't agree.
absolutely not. I don't think. I don't. My thing is, you don't get to abuse me in the process of your healing. That was mean spirited.
I
There's
don't know that we can say it was mean spirited
No, it
because we
was.
don't know the intention. You
that
know
was
what I'm saying?
the intention was for you to back the fuck up.
Right.
Yeah, she was clear. But
Well,
what I'm saying, it could have also been, I'm good. I'll get out, like I'll hit you later.
but what if she's not? What if she just needs this silence? Like, what if she's good because of the silence? And
Yes.
you interrupting that is not making her good.
She could have.
Now, there's no way for you to know that until she communicates that with you.
There's a lot of right. We're being presumptive in assuming right a lot of stuff. She communicated very clearly. You're getting on my nerves.
We're being presumptive in a lot of ways, right? We're presuming that that was mean spirited. We're presuming that she could have said it differently, right? We don't know.
Well,
The only point I was trying to make, and I'll let you go, Prentice, is Chief's concern was her well being. If she's responding, she's alive. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you don't know more detail than that, but from a health and wellness standpoint, like, you don't got to send police over there to kick through the door because you know she's alive.
That would have been you and I. You and I definitely would have taken that position. Would have been all right. We good. I don't need to talk to you no more.
I
You know what
think
I'm
I
saying?
think two things can be true at the same time. I think both of you guys have a valid point. However, I think given the context of Chief's relationship with her, that's what matters most.
Yeah.
So, do they have a relationship that's based upon having these type of conversations? I am gonna assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chief, she's not sharing this information with everybody she talks to.
I don't think so.
Okay,
I wouldn't say
so
so.
we'll assume that she's not. I think responding, she has a choice in how she responds, regardless of what she's going through. I had a choice over the last 2 weeks what I was going through. When anybody called, when I text y'all to let y'all know what my tone and energy was. We always have a choice in
I
how we
agree. I agree.
communicate. And so I feel like in that circumstance, if you're going to share with me what you're going through, which is inviting me into your world, I reach out from a space of concern and you respond, given the fact that we have a relationship in history, with a tone that can be perceived as having a little snarky attitude, like, can I be ignored in peace? Like, well, bitch, I didn't know you wanted to be fucking ignored. You told me about this shit, so I was fucking asking you how you was
Oh, Prentice,
motherfucking doing. Now you
Prentice
gonna
has
respond
arrived.
like, can I be like, tell me you don't want to fucking talk or some motherfucking shit. So I would have been like, okay, and that would have been it. That would have
See,
been it.
but
I'd have said,
this is
okay,
this is my thing.
You can't call me after that.
nope,
Somebody
no,
else.
I don't know,
no.
man. Call me. I don't know. Call me whatever you want to call me. I feel like none of you are. I shouldn't say none, but I feel like there's a lack of grace being given considering the circumstances. So here's the real life example I want to give. Right. So my aunt, God bless her, she's 95, 94. She'll be 95 this year, and it was looking grim recently, and um other family, so my cousin, her son is the primary caretaker, and other family members, like my extended family, like I'd be saying like those are my mom's cousins. But anyway, they called in the cops and they had to come do a wellness check because they were concerned that my cousin wasn't taking my aunt to the hospital. And the truth is, my aunt has in her will, like, don't take me to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So my cousin was abiding by her wishes, but it rubbed somebody else the wrong way. Where it's like, listen, this has nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Like, this person is going through something and this is how they want to handle it, regardless of how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if so, that's how I heard. Now again, Chief, I wasn't in your shoes. I didn't send the message. I don't have the relationship, right? So it's easy for me to play Monday morning quarterback when you tell me what was said. But from where I sit, it's like, it's not about you in that moment. Again, this is just my opinion. It's not about you in that moment. It's about that person's well-being, which it sounds like that was the thing you were most concerned about. So when I say well-being, I mean alive. And if she's responding, she's alive. She can catch me on the rebound, right? Like, it's like, if it's as dire as you say it was, then I'm gonna give you that space. Like, because here's the other thing. We have the privilege to be upset about how somebody responded because we don't have that health issue. You know what I mean? So like, in my mind, it's like, that's water under the bridge. You know what I mean? Because here's what I also know. That person in this condition, in this state, isn't the same person you have a relationship with. They're dealing with something where they potentially have never dealt with, potentially life altering. I don't know. So all I'm saying is they're going to get more grace than they would under normal circumstances.
And I respect that. So the reason I brought that up, we talked about, the trauma in our past of losing friends. And I care about this person, and we've had some really good conversations. And I know, again, she's the one everybody else leans on. So when she leaned on me, I felt compelled to be there to support her. And then, as much as the health scare was definitely life-changing and life-altering, she wasn't in a good mental space when we spoke. And I was just checking on her, trying to make sure she's good. And then when she was like, just let me ignore people in peace. And I'm just like, oh, all right. And again, it's been about maybe like a month now, and I haven't spoken to her at all. So it's one of them things where I don't know if that's one of them things where, like, I wonder if she was a part of this conference, because I can say she lost a friend, but it's definitely like, like my homie. You dig what I'm saying? So it was, I don't know. I don't even know why I brought the story up. That was just one of them things where
I think that's a good example. I think that's a really good example, but that's how I lost friends. I don't know if I responded that way, but I did not respond.
Right. That's how you opened up this conversation.
Yeah, like, I didn't respond. Like, I might as well have said what she said, but people felt like offended. Like, I'm trying to support you and you're not reaching back. Or they would go, hey, Chief, have you talked to Butter? You'd be like, yeah, we just hung up yesterday. Well, I've been calling him for 3 weeks. He ain't took my call. Mm-hmm. Right? It's the equivalent to that. But just like what Prince was saying, like, inside of every choice is a new choice. If I'm choosing to respond a certain way, then I'm also choosing that what comes with that response.
So, and I can't equate your answer to how she's feeling, but I'm going to ask you, while knowing that you could potentially lose these people because you chose to respond that way, did it matter to you to reconcile?
No. Because in that moment, I was only thinking about me.
So post moment, post clarity,
post moment. Hey, how are you? What have you been up to? It's been
like nothing happened.
How are you? Like, it never happened. And they like, oh, you weren't just not okay. You went crazy. Like, because now I want to, I want to kumbaya. Hey, friend. What you been up to? And they like, really, motherfucker, really?
Hey, Chief, I'm curious from your perspective, and we don't have to disclose the actual conversation, but the other day, I want to know from your perspective if these conversations are similar, or if I'm overthinking it. The other day, you were at work for how many ever days and somebody was trying to reach out to you, you didn't get back to them. And then when you finally got back to them, basically they're upset that you didn't get back to them.
Mhm.
So I guess my question is there a difference between these two conversations?
Well, yes. One, because one, I wasn't like, why are you calling me? I'm dealing with shit. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? When I finally got in touch with her, I explained what I was going through and why I didn't reach out. And then I got hit with hit with something. Oh, well, I'm tired of your excuses and ego. And I'm like, ego? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like,
no, I get it. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was an ego. And I'm like, ego? Like that has nothing to do with the health scare that I just had and working for 36 hours. Like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't say much about that. I just kind of let that be. But no, the circumstances aren't necessarily the same.
Yeah. Okay. No, I just needed you to re-explain it because I forgot there was extra sauce.
But it sounds like the lesson in what you are talking about, what we're talking about, is we all have a choice in how we respond. And we also it sounds like we also have a responsibility in the relationships that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what
there's choices all the way around, right?
Yeah.
We have the choice on how we respond. And as the recipient of that response, we have a choice on how we respond. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, do we want to give the grace? Do we not want to give the grace? Do we want to fight fire with fire? Right? Like, yeah, I agree. I
think that grace has a boundary because y'all were the only cats that y'all were, when I sent that text message a couple of days ago and I was like, damn, bro, like I'm struggling, I'm gonna tap back in. Y'all were the only cats I sent that message to. And I sent that message because y'all matter to me enough for me not to go ghost. Because I know I've seen MIA over the last 2 weeks. I know that with y'all that I've seen MIA, right? And I wasn't willing to just be like, all right, bud, I'm about to be back and recording, but let me just throw something out there so y'all know there's something happening. But that's my responsibility to how I view and value our relationship. So regardless of what I'm going through, I'm choosing to fill you in to whatever extent because I value relationships. So I think a grace is given when people go through stuff and is needed, but I think there's also a threshold and boundaries as to far as like how much we're willing to accept depending on where we place that person in our life. You know what I'm saying? And so if you value somebody, you're, my personal opinion, yeah, people have their moments, they have attitudes, we all snap, we all say shit that we don't mean, but at the same time, no, we don't all say shit that we don't mean. Like, I know I'm one of them people where if I really love you and fuck with you, I'm not gonna say some shit I don't mean. I really not. And there's not a single person I can think of that I really care about, y'all included, where I've been like, hey, but I didn't mean to say that to you, I was mad. I really don't say that shit. So when it comes to your circumstance, Chief, I feel like on your part, yeah, she's going through shit, and I get your point, Bill, and I understand Butter's point, but I feel like it's okay to have a boundary too, as far as like friendships. And it doesn't mean you don't have to fuck with somebody, but you can drop them down a tier or two, so you understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may still fuck with them, and I may still be here if they want to talk, but how they came at me, the energy they gave me, let me know where I stand in their life, despite what they're going through.
So I'm after hearing what you said, P, I have to admit, like, as much as I was understanding of her comment and gave her the space she needed to take care of her business, like, I'm low-key expecting to hear from my friend. So now I can't help but to take it personal and evaluate how she perceives our relationship.
Right. And you may have to readjust. You may have to put it in a different space.
Yeah. So, and for you, like, for example, like in your case, you reached out, told us what it was, but had you not come on tonight or this week, we'd have been like, we'd all probably like, let's check in on Pete. We'd have been like, yo, like, what's good with you, bro? Like, we need to sit down and have a conversation. You dig what I'm saying? So, like, in the same essence, like, after not hearing from you for so long, we would get worried.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? So,
and it wouldn't be met because of how I feel about you. It wouldn't be met with, hey, bud, just let me ignore niggas in peace.
Right.
That's just me because of how I feel about you. Now, I may be thinking that way in my head, but it's gonna come out like, hey, bud, I'm off the grid right now, but I'm fucked up. Like, it ain't personal, but I'm off the grid, but I'm gonna tap back in with you next week or something.
Yo, Prentice, I didn't hear it until you just said it. When you said, let me ignore niggas in peace, all I heard was, oh, now we niggas. So serious. Like you didn't lump. I didn't even hear it before when Chief said it. But like, oh, so you lumped me in with everybody else.
Mm.
I didn't hear it until right now. Like, oh shit, like that, because that's another piece. And also to Brendan's point, I think too, you are and really to Bell's point too. Now you know how she is in crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You know how she is in crisis. She giving you indicator. Okay, this is how I'm in crisis. When I'm up against it, this is what's gonna happen. So be clear. I ain't don't. I'm on my. I need to ignore some folks for a minute. Are you good with that? I lost a close friend, a mentor, because she kept telling me why. I'm telling her, listen, I have ADHD. I'm neurodivergent. When I shut down, I need to. When I'm up, I'm ready to share. But when I'm in it, I need to be able to focus in on the thing. She told me she understood. She understood. I did it. Now it's a whole conversation that we need to discuss this friendship. And then she hit me with well, I've had friends for more than 50 something years. And I was like, are you trying to sun me? I'm not good with ultimatums.
Yeah, me.
Good.
Bell and I probably the same way. I know at least.
You go be with them friendships. Have a great day.
Yeah, I don't do. So now, in hearing y'all say that, like, you do make a point, because the last she did have an instance from a while ago where she kind of went ghost for a while when she was dealing with something. I don't really know what that was about, but I do know she went ghost for a little while, then popped back up. I think it might have been the friendship wasn't as close then, so I didn't really take it as personal because we hadn't necessarily built. But since then, we got to talking and we build and we confide and so on and so forth. And so just hearing that, it just makes me, it makes me think now where our friendship lies from her perspective, and whether or not, like, the concern, the empath in me is like, yo, are you okay? Like, we haven't talked in months, and we normally have some pretty good conversation, check-in. So like, I still want to be like, yo, are you all right? But I'm like, nah, she said what she said, so let me just sit back and be patient and not keep pushing the envelope.
And it sounds like you all have two different versions of what this friendship is.
Yeah,
that's what I think I'm sitting in right now. Maybe
it sounds like
maybe it is different.
Like, hey, we're this, and she has it like, you're somebody I can talk to, but you'll need to be all up in my stuff like this. Right, and it may not be personal to you. It's like just where she is. Here come that Grace Bell. Grace just showed up.
So now, let me ask you this, fellas. Hypothetically speaking, if she does tend to reach back out, do we have this conversation? Do I tell her I was a little hurt by this? Because I don't know. Again, we don't know what we don't know, and I'm not sure if she's aware of how she shows up in moments of trauma, because she went ghost before. This time she was upfront about her going ghost, but still, it could be.
Absolutely, you care about her. Absolutely, you should. You care.
Here, I think the reason why I'm struggling with this, I shouldn't say struggling. I kind of want it to happen just to see how I would deal with it in real time. To me, but when I get in my modes, you know what I'm saying? Like, in order for me to get out of my mode, typically I have to go on a long drive. Like, if I'm really going through it, I got to go on a long drive, be around my guys, or even if I'm not around my guys, I can just go on a long drive. And like the last time I went through something, I went to New York to see Oz. We came to see you, Prentice. Actually, you probably didn't even know I was going through a bunch of stuff during that drive over when you was in Brooklyn. And I was going to see Oz because I'm like, all right, I go out with my guy. I'm gonna be fine. But what I learned was that ride was all I needed. So when I got to New York, I was good. I say all that to say, Lorraine knew I was going through some stuff, and I told her what I needed to do to help myself through it.
Yeah.
And she kept trying to help me through it. And I'm like, please don't make this about you. Like, that's what I told her. It's like, do not make this about you. I'm telling you what I need. I know you want to help, but this is what I need. Me staying here is only going to make things worse. So, we didn't have an issue. Like, it was just some stuff I was dealing with. So I say that to say, I'm hyper vigilant about not making moments about me. and about what that person needs. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I'm like, well, you got what you needed, right? Or at least what you were seeking to get, which is a wellness check, and she's alive. So catch me on the rebound. You know what I'm saying? Now, would I have responded like that? I don't know. I don't know what she's going through to know how I would respond. But I guess I'm just hyper vigilant about, is this about me right now, or is this about her well-being? Because if it's about her well-being, she just displayed that she's at least alive. Then
Well, so now I'm in that place where this is where it gets tricky, because I know niggas don't really operate like this, but like it's 15 story posts every other day, every day. But I can't get a call back.
You must like her.
No, this is my people. It's really my people. Like we've cultivated, like we
I get
each other for different things, and I really value her perspective, and I believe she valued mine. You know what I'm saying? So like to go there, it was just different, because I've never gotten a response like that. Prentice would be like, "Yo, I'm busy." Bill be like, "Yo, I'm taking this ride. What's up?" Like, Butter, hey, Chief, I'm gonna hit you when I'm, cool. And it's like, nigga, let me ignore people in peace. What?
I get that. I think it can kind of sting when you realize that maybe you don't stand at the same level in somebody's life as you hold them.
As you thought.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's natural. Like, yeah, if you talk about ignoring the world and I'm seeing 15 story posts, I'm probably gonna feel the way if I hold you in high regard in my life and care about you. Like, so you can let these however many X amount of followers know random shit about what's going on, but you giving me the I'm ignoring people's stuff. It don't seem like you're ignoring the general public, and I should be a little bit more significant to the general public, but maybe it's because she's more significant than the general public to you. You know?
And she's letting you know that she's good by the post. I think we intent versus impact looks a number of different ways. Right? Some people only hold that to race and culture, but your intent versus your impact, she didn't realize she had impact in your life, and whatever her intention was, it impacted you because you care.
Mm-hmm.
Like I realize, like I'm listening to you now, going, "Oh, I can see why people stop fucking with me." Because my intent was to take care of me, because I'm all I got. I'm the only person in New York, and there are people that love me. I'm clear, I'm loved. But when I get up against it, I revert back to that little boy that didn't have nobody.
Yeah, but I also feel like you're emotionally secure enough and intelligent enough to recognize the damage you've done to someone who really loves you and fights for you, and noble enough to apologize and be like, "Listen, I was really going through it. I needed my space. I hope you can understand it." If they don't, then they could be like, "Fuck them." But I still think you're able to articulate what you were going through and apologize for that, because you didn't intend to have that impact.
But to your point, even that can feel like a rub, because though I shut the world off, I ain't shut everybody off. I still get paid, so I'm clearly going to work. I'm sitting in meetings. I'm sharing out, right? Because I'm a win. Like I'm getting stuff done. Like if you're gonna hold me accountable, you got to hold me accountable through all of it. And what I'm listening to you, what I heard very clearly is that I get to listen. Today was one of them days I sent out a text like, "I need a minute. I definitely want to be on the podcast, but I don't really want to be talking to a whole lot of people." And somebody who's like a sister was like, "Can I send you food? Food ain't gonna fix this." Right? Somebody else like, "Hey, are you okay?" They sending me inspirational quotes. Don't need the Bible. Don't need a positive message. I want to fuck something or some people up.
It's valid. But to your point though, Butter, like I don't know if I can wholeheartedly agree with that statement. I can understand it, but I can attest to being in the thick of it, going to work every day, and just existing. Like it appears as if everybody's gotten it. I'm doing it, but I'm not good. I am not well.
Damn, you just stepped on something else. What about who we are in the lives of other people?
I think that's what Prentice was talking about.
Yeah. No, I'm saying Prentice is not allowed to be. He's not allowed. May I use you as an example, Prentice?
Yes, please.
Like, no, because see, Prentice, this is me talking about Prentice behind his back. No, so you don't understand. Like, Prentice, like, he a good father. He stand up, for his wife. He stand up for his community. He's a phenomenal artist. And then Prentice go, "I'm having a bad day." Prentice, you can't have a bad day. Because what I'm really saying, if you having a bad day, then I'm fucked. And so now Prentice can't be himself. Chief can't be himself. Bale can't be himself. Because in other people's lives, this is who we are also. Right? And I had to pull, I know I removed the need to be needed in a lot of people's lives. I removed that need. Like, you don't need me.
And I think that's showing up right now too with you, Chief, in the scenario. You know what I mean? Like the need to be needed. And I know you care about, I know all of that. I'm just saying, if the obvious is clear that she's alive, and maybe I don't know who you're talking about, so
I said it to you.
I'm like, why is this bothering
Well, you're missing the part that his feelings were hurt. He said that.
No, I know, but and that's what I thought you were talking about after my first thought, Chief.
The feeling, it's that hurt. For me, it's the hurt feeling part. Regardless of how you felt, that hurt my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a different conversation. It's not even about the dismissal of so much the statement. It's really, I was over here worried about you. Your message was the most, it was like, it was an indirect fuck you, but it was a fuck you nonetheless. And that hurts when I'm trying to care for you. I don't need nothing from you, don't want to sleep with you, don't need those things from you, but just humanity to humanity, that hurt me. Right? Up until I got on this call, y'all didn't know what I was going through. You still don't. But because I'm committed to winning, I'm going to win. If I have to walk to that motherfucking finish line with a broken leg or twisted up ass foot, I'm getting to the finish line. I don't know how to lose. But even with that, right, I also have to be responsible and go, wait, I need to say something though.
And that's my thing. So had it been like a I'm good, thanks for checking in, and then we had that gap of space where we didn't talk, it probably wouldn't be as bad. But the response in it was like, ooh.
I really want this to happen to me just to see how I respond.
Why?
Because I don't know. I'm just I don't know. I because it's black and white to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's black and white. It's like, you're not dead? Cool. Catch me on the rebound. Like, no matter how you communicated that to me. Like, because I guess what I'm looking, and again, I don't know the situation, but in my mind, I'm like, if she's never responded to me like this before, this must be serious. And that's kind of how I look at it. Whereas I'm giving benefit of the doubt, I'm giving grace, and I'm not making it about me. I'm just like, all right, my job here is done.
So we're saying the same thing, Bill. So listen, you just said, if she's never responded to me before, this must be serious. Or never responded to me like this before, this must be serious, which on my end deepens my concern.
But it shouldn't. Well, for me, I'll say it wouldn't, because what I was trying to get out of that conversation was already achieved.
Let's do it.
And wait, real quick, Butter. And I'm chalking up her response as to she's never dealt with something like this. So this response isn't her because she's not herself. But I know she's okay. So I'm cool.
Would you take that same experience from your daughter, given how far away she is, and you all have the relationship? And I'm using your daughter as an example because that kind of your relationship, when you're the most vulnerable, it's mostly with your kids and your amazing wife, right? Like, you have that. And her to be out of character for you would have you in your car.
Yeah, but that's apples to apricots.
Here's what I mean by that, though, right? For her, she may be saying I'm good. And I agree with you in a big, extent. I was just trying to find something as close to that for you. Because if it's your boys, you're going to be like, okay, that's your shit. When you're ready, you'll come talk to me.
Right.
But because of where you and Chief wear your hearts in very different places on your sleeve, it's a different kind of conversation, right? Mm-hmm. You're talking to the person that's the matriarch for the entire family. He's the patriarch, pardon me, for the entire family. So anybody that comes into his sphere, he's going to take care of.
That's true. Again, I'm not saying he's wrong for responding that way.
But I want to be clear that he's not, I don't experience him as making it about himself. He's acknowledging this hurt me. That's not making it about you. That's actually owning this part of your behavior impacted me. That is about me.
So the conversation started with, losing people because of trauma. So when I brought this up to be like, could it have been something within me that has me feeling a certain way, or could this be a her thing where, that maybe, again, just how she handles situations or whatever. I can't say she's lost me or I've lost her, but like, again, I know from her standpoint, she's always the one people are calling.
Yeah.
And for me to be the one that she called was like, okay, she really, she needs this space. And I gave it to her, and then I got worried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's relationship. That's relationship. Like you all have a relationship, but to Prentice's point is where you all are in the relationship. Y'all are in two totally different places.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Y'all in different places. And she just lets you know, she puts you back in your place. We can talk, we're going to build, we're going to develop and all of this. But when it comes to this time, when I'm going through these kinds of things, I need for you to respect my space and back all the way up. But now the blessing is now you know.
Right.
Right. But you brought it up because there's a part of you was like, she might be losing this friendship. Even in your care, you've already orchestrated some level of distancing. Like you'll answer the call, but you won't stay on as long this time. Oh, glad you're good. I'm glad that's working out. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hey, I gotta go. As opposed to you sitting down in the couch and getting comfortable and really listening to the call.
Because it's not reciprocated.
I'm gonna just send her this episode after it dropped.
What you say?
So what?
I'm gonna just send her this episode after it dropped.
I don't know if you can do that because she might.
I was about to say I wouldn't even do that. She just told you to mind your motherfucking business.
Now you go send her a 90-minute episode on her.
Yeah. It's like I gave you a boundary and now you just want to.
Yeah, no, and that's what it is. I'm just gonna respect the boundary.
Yeah.
And you're send it to her and be like, I don't really, I ain't bothered or nothing.
I
ain't tripping, but listen to this shit.
Right.
For an hour. Matter of fact, started the 37-minute mark. That's what we get. So we didn't even really get into
listen to this shit.
We didn't even really get into the topic. So Isaiah, we're gonna double back on this soon, man, and really try to help you out because my man said he
how did we not talk about the topic? We've been talking about Isaiah for 6 weeks now, bro.
No, because Isaiah said he lost some important people because he started to identify some trauma he was carrying, and he didn't specify necessarily what that was, but he asked if we could speak on that, and we didn't really.
I feel like we just did for 50 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think we were very clear that whatever she's going through, this is how she responds. Prentice spoke to it. Bell spoke to it. Like all of us had different come froms.
Right.
I think that once you can identify, I told you once I identified my trauma, I was like, oh, this is why my friendships are messing up.
So one of the questions I had was, how long did it take you to realize it was unaddressed trauma?
I'm 55 now. Probably 54.
Years.
Years, man. Like it took. First I was the victim of it, right? I'd say in my 30s, I was the victim of it. You said you was my friend, right? Mm-hmm. I went through that. Then I went through the, and I have family members that I kind of don't deal with now as a result of, because of contextually, they have their own trauma and stuff like that. And we both experienced a significant death, and I can see their grief. They just can't see mine. I can see their grief, but I refuse to be anybody's punching bag. You're not going to emotionally slap me around. I'm not a therapist. Go to your therapist. But you don't get to dump, the trash on me and then throw me out with the trash. Are you fucking crazy? We good. I'm glad I could be there for you. And then you understand that, but then I also had to look at my own trauma. I don't get to say, hey, I'm hurting, screw everybody else, but the people who have actually been supporting me, I didn't shit on them. But trauma will cause you to do that. But if you're not careful, you'll start treating people. You can't get to the people that hurt you, so you hurt the people that are with you. That's what trauma does.
That's the point.
Yeah, that goes back to the conversation you had before, Chief, about your family members beefing and how they're showing up for each other. Is probably a culmination of things that they've dealt with, and it's just they're just dumping on each other.
Hmm.
Um, what other questions you got with this? Because we've been talking about your man for a minute now, man. I want to make sure this address for him.
It's an hour and a half.
Well, I mean, we tackled it since then. How have you addressed the trauma since then? And what advice can you share with people who may have been blinded by their own trauma?
See a therapist.
Well, I like what print. Everybody can afford a therapist, but I also like what,
Nigga, that's why we here.
There's free services too, but yes, I agree.
but I say take accountability to Prentice's point. Like you got to be accountable for the shit that's coming out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be accountable for your actions. I was not willing to be accountable, and then I was the victim and the volunteer. Like, how the fuck does that work?
Ooh, I got a perfect example, man. With this shit that's been going on with my daughter's mom, Sarai kept pointing out this weekend that I had a funky little attitude when Anaya got back home because
Home
earlier
to
this
you or home to her mom?
to back home to me because I had Anaya for about a week straight because she was sick. Her mom was sitting under the school sick. I picked her up. Her mom had an issue with her missing school. Her mom and I have totally two different. Her mom prioritizes education over health. I prioritize health over education. My disposition, my conversation I had with her mom put Anaya in the hot seat. When Anaya got back to me, she had a little bit of an attitude. She talked to Sarai about it because she felt like she confided in me about some things, and due to my energy and how I was feeling about her mom, some of that slipped out while I was talking to her mom. So I broke a portion of my daughter's trust and her ability to feel like she can talk to her dad. And if she says, don't tell mom, it's not going to get back to mom. But the things that she didn't want me to tell had gotten to a point where it was like, there's no way in the fucking world I'm not telling this woman she need to cut this shit out now. So what happened when Anaya got back, she was in this space, rightfully so, feeling like I had violated her trust. I'm picking up on a little bit of a different type of energy for her from her. It makes me mad at myself that I've gotten her to this point. So I got a little bit of energy and attitude. So I'm walking around with a little bit of snarkiness and it's coming across like it's towards her, but I'm really mad at myself because it wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't worth my daughter feeling like I'm not sure if I can talk to my dad like I felt like I could for these last almost 13 years. And now I'm beat up in my head about it and I don't know how to process these feelings, but I had to shut up and be quiet because to Butter's point, I had to make a choice on how I'm gonna respond. I could respond with this attitude when nothing's her fucking fault at all and make it worse, or I could think about it and just choose to shut the fuck up until I can get my energy together. That's it.
It's a lot to unpack there.
Oh, so much.
Yeah.
That's real though. That's so real.
All black men need therapy.
All of us.
Oh
Watch.
man,
Indeed, indeed, especially when it comes to co-parenting.
Yeah,
Man,
co-parenting kids, man. Oof.
we not even gonna open up that can of worms. P,
Nah, nigga.
Godspeed, brother.
Nah. Thanks.
Godspeed. Appreciate.
no, but but you know what? You'd be surprised how many kids appreciate when parents can own their fuck ups.
Yeah, and I went into her room and I waited. Sarai told me, and I couldn't go right away. She was like, "Don't you fucking go in there right now. She's gonna know I told you." So I waited like an hour, and then I walked in. I was like, "Listen, if I've said anything or you feel like I violated your trust by communicating things to your mom and you were seeing the brunt of it, I'm really sorry. Like I'm really sorry. I don't ever want you to feel like you can't talk to me, like I can't keep things confidential. I'm really, really sorry. Like I was just trying to protect you, but I understand that this wasn't a moment of protection. This was a moment of like confidentiality. So I understand, I appreciate, and I'm really, really sorry, and I will never do that again. And she was like, all right, and that's all I can do is apologize.
Well, let's not overlook the power of the stepmoms. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
Because
God, bro! Like, man,
Preach.
blessing the fact that she had that conversation with her, and I even know what's going on.
forget the conversation, the fact that she has that relationship.
Oh yeah, man,
Because without that relationship, that conversation would have never happened. And
absolutely,
that's
man.
a tough place as a stepmom for these adolescent children. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah, I'm
and
blessed, bro.
yeah,
I'm
Listen, man, there's this for those of you who dealing with a co-parenting situation, there's this video on YouTube that completely, when I say completely, I mean 1000% shifted my perspective on how I look at co-parenting. I've had this conversation in my head for many years about the conversation I was going to have to my kid's mother's new boyfriend. And it was this like respectful yet intimidating conversation. You think what I'm saying? Just like, I think I appreciate you loving him, babe, but don't ever blah, blah, blah. And I saw this video and it's called, and those of you I implore you to check it out. It's called
just
Tell
understand.
Parents Tell Step Parents What They Really Think. And it was the most powerful video. I'm not even going to tell you guys what it's about. It was just, if you really want to look at co-parenting a different way, watch that video, and it's genuinely something to aspire to achieve, because it's a loving, it's a heartwarming video. You might shed a tear, but it really sets the dynamic for what co-parenting should look like. Powerful. Parents tell step parents what they really think. Super powerful. So yeah. Another fellow, we've been we've been getting to it these past couple of weeks, but let's keep this train rolling, man. I'm gonna jump right into the final thoughts. Let's close this joint out, and let's send people home with some gems. Butter, let's put you on the hot seat first, baby. Give us your final thoughts.
Whew. I think what Brother Prentice said really, it just, I'm thinking about my own accountability. Choice. Everything we are is a choice. Everything we do is a choice. Even choosing not to choose is a choice. I'm choosing to live.
It don't sound like it.
You give me coughing, I still got it. And yeah, I think that, to our brother's point, who invited the conversation, um, absolutely, our trauma will impact relationships. Um, Believe it or not, it'll push people away, and it can draw the wrong people to us, because sometimes it can keep us in our trauma. So if you have any awareness of your trauma, then you want to also be acutely aware of your triggers. And I'll say this last thing and I'll shut up. Your triggers are your responsibility, nobody else's. So if you know that you're triggered by certain things, do your best to not be around those places, those people, or be in those spaces where you know you can be triggered, because trauma don't have a problem ever showing up. Trauma will always show up. So I want to invite you to be present to that. And brother, thank you for the conversation, because this helped me. And so I get to like show up for people differently. So I appreciate you personally.
Word. Um, I think one gem I took from here was just in the middle of that trauma, being able, if you've identified it, owning it, and then everybody may not understand it, but offering that apology and even getting a okay may be something that is just enough for you to forgive yourself and to allow them to understand that you didn't mean for it to go the way that it did. And if they're still entitled to feel how they want to feel, but when you recognize that trauma is showing up and is the reason why half of this stuff goes done, they may not forgive you, but to offer that acknowledgement of you healing in real time is a beautiful thing. Second part of this is just grace, giving yourself and other people grace, because we never know what people go through and how what they're going through is impacting them. And if we're always taking it personal, you guys have told me 1,000,001 different times on the podcast, stop expecting people to treat you how you would treat them. And that comes at a hard cost when you're an empath and you really do genuinely care about people. But give the people the grace they need. And then lastly, if you can, sometimes you can get it without asking questions, but learn what pocket you sit in with certain people, because you may be under the impression that your friendship is deeper than what it is, and it isn't, and that can be hurtful, but it's also reality.
Mhm.
So that's my final thought for it.
Chief, at the end of your final thought, all I kept hearing in my head was, "Who do you think you are, DJ Clue?
Blue, you ain't nothing. I got a contract between me and you. Players Club. Get you.
Oh man, I'm gonna be quick, man. Listen, I agree with Chief with the grace, but here's the other thing: to never forget this. When people show you who they are, believe them.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. When people show you who they are, believe them. That's my final thought.
And mine's quick too. Don't let your self awareness become a crutch. Like, I think a lot of us are on a journey to growth and we're becoming more self aware. But I think this conversation is a great example of why you need other people around you to offer you perspectives that you may not be able to give yourself. So, no matter how self aware you are, just always make sure you have at least somebody that you can come to with your thoughts and feelings who is willing to give you an opinion that isn't the same as your own.
That's dope. Super dope. Buddy, you want to take this one? You muted, cuz. Get your life together over there.
You had to put on them readers.
Had to put them on. Our mission, you all, is to create a safe space for Black men to openly engage in conversations surrounding their mental health.
For sure. And we do that religiously, man. We've been on a roll and we're going to keep this train rolling. And thank y'all for the emails, for the calls and all that. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us. We have a voice line, y'all. 860-410-6160. Give us a call, shoot us a text. We'll get back to you and we can try to, help us all heal in real time. P?
If you want to hit us up, man, you can always tap in with us with at All Black Men Need Therapy at gmail.com. All Black Men Need Therapy at gmail.com.
It's the wild card for sure. Listen, man, we on all streaming platforms at All Black Men Need Therapy. Big things to come. We still moving and grooving and whatnot. But per usual, do us all a favor and hug a black man today
Do it.
and tomorrow.
Do it.
We out, y'all.
Buenos dias.